I literally was on a phone call 2 days ago with somebody that feels like they're not good at this process. And I told them it's a big part of it's just confidence. That once you go to Dollar Tree and you make that first sale, that's going to give you a boost of confidence. Okay, this works. I know I see people do it. I see people make money, but it worked for me. Yay. Okay, that gives you a little boost of confidence to keep going. But he said he went out to the store and came home with an empty cart. What would you say to people who feel that, that happens to them a lot, and they know this works because they're in groups with us and they see the successful people like you that have quit their job with this strategy, but they're having that struggle?
Yeah, that's always a tough one. I would say that I've done the same thing where I've gone out and I haven't found anything. And so I actually remember it too, because it was a category that Danny Stock said was really good for him. And I went out there, I didn't find anything. And I was like, what is this? But, sometimes it's just, I didn't know the category, that well. So I didn't know what kind of terms to look up. Sometimes it's trying different categories. Sometimes also for certain people, I think it can be, a problem to be looking at a bunch of success stories and then have in your head that you're the stupid one because you can't find it. So just be cognizant of how you're feeling if you are struggling and then you're seeing success stories. If their success stories are making you feel dumb or like you can't do this, then avoid that. But if it's something that motivates you, then look at their success stories, believe that this is something that does work, because hundreds, thousands of people, I think, honestly, at this point have gone through and been successful with this method. So just take that as a learning experience, chalk it up to, just you're learning the process. Depending on how long they've been out doing this, isn't there a book about 10,000 hours? You need to spend 10,000 hours to be an expert. I don't think that's true with this business, honestly.
Right.
But you definitely need to spend more than 10, trying to be successful at this. So take it as an investment in your business and just understand that it might take a little bit of time, and, try learning and getting content from the groups. If the testimonials are making you feel like you're stupid, then don't look at those, but look at the content within them. So that would be my suggestion.
No, that's good. Also, you said before, and I've always remember this, is guys, try regional stores. So, I know that you and Brittany get a lot of your Replens at Walmart, but so does everybody else. And so Walmart's everywhere. So maybe guys, there's a store near you that, is not in St. Louis where Jimmy lives, or it's not in Dallas where I live. What's a store that's kind of local to you, local to your region, your state, and start there, because not every seller that are in our communities has access to that store. Therefore, there's also probably some brands and products that are in those stores that would sell awesome online, but just nobody's brought it to them, to those online places, because, they're not sourcing at those places. So regional stores can be awesome.
Yeah. And regional products too, in those big box stores. Sometimes, like I know Walmart will have cheaper prices on some regional products.
And they'll have, I guarantee if I went to my Walmart 2 miles down the road and you went to your Walmart 2 miles down the road, we'd find things in both of those. We could probably both go in the salsa section for sure. I guarantee the salsa section, because I'm in Texas. I'll have salsas on my shelf that you won't have in Missouri.
Absolutely.
And you probably have a section of grocery that you would point to, do you guys have this? And I wouldn't have it.
Right. Yeah. And, honestly, the reason too, and I'm not trying to promote this because we can't do in-person right now, but the reason the in-person trainings worked that Brittany and I would do and fly other places is because we knew where the places to look for regional products, or we could walk down a shelf or an aisle and be like, oh, we have never seen this before. Even though it's the same exact store and that we go to, we've never seen this before, and we could look those up. So that was, an advantage that we have, but also it means that, a lot of people are skipping over those things. And I've used the example, so it's probably bad now, but I've used the example of like water chestnuts, those little cans that are like 99 cents that I don't eat, but I'm sure people do. And well, clearly they do because they buy them on Amazon, but it's those little weird things that I personally don't eat that actually sell really well and can be a great replen on Amazon. Now they might not be anymore, but that was the example I used to use. But those things you're looking for, or Ryan, like you said, in Texas, it's salsas, barbecue sauces, whatever that might be. There's a bunch of stuff in, every region. I've actually, before we did those in-person stuff, I would look up regional products
Yes.
for, and then this state is what I would usually look
That
up.
is brilliant, guys. That right there probably has made your time and listen to this episode all worth it right there. Regional products for your state. So regional products, Texas, regional products, Missouri. Another tip I'll give you, I don't want to give up this restaurant name because I think I have a friend that has Replens under this, but do you guys have a regional restaurant that has products? So one time I'll go ahead and do this one because I know that we've talked about it so many times before, but one time Danny and I were in a Steak and Shake. And you know how they have the fry seasoning salt right on the table. We thought, hey, I wonder if that's selling on Amazon. We looked it up. Sure enough, it was right there. And Steak and Shake sells it. I have no idea if it was profitable or not. But that's an example. Are there regional restaurants? Because we don't have Steak and Shake here anymore, at least not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Really?
You know, if I like, man, I'm really missing that my Steak and Shake fry seasoning salt. Well, I can't find it anywhere. I'm going to have to order it online. So are there regional restaurants that have products like that, especially condiments in your local stores? Because I guarantee you, I already know ones off the top of my head that we have that are you know, from a local restaurant. And if you don't want to go to the store to get it, use Instacart. And have them brought right to your house. So
it was always fun too to go to restaurants with those, you know, the people that we were working with and be like, hey, let's look this up. Same exact point thing that you did with Danny. And there was usually something that we'd find there. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Those aren't things that most people would think of. You know, you're walking into Walmart and you're looking up the Tide laundry detergent that every American has access to. But what are the things that not everybody has access to? So get that. If you're struggling with this, or even if you're not struggling with this, look at things that are unique to your area. Unique. What stores do you have that's unique? What restaurants do you have that's unique? What type of industry do you have that's unique? Because that could be a private label. Even we could talk about private label. We'll probably won't here, but you know, think about what's unique to your area. Is there a certain manufacturer that you live close to, or is there a certain, you know, whatever type of good? You know, we talk about Washington State cherries or Michigan cherries, Texas barbecue sauce and salsa. You know, Kansas City, not too far, a few hours from Kansas City, they have barbecue sauce. There's probably a barbecue sauce restaurant that, you know, every time somebody goes to Kansas City, they have to have that restaurant and they wish they could take that barbecue sauce home. Well, a lot of those restaurants sell it right there at the restaurant. Well, how many of those restaurants have their products on Amazon? Because, you know, I don't want to drive 10 hours every time I want that Kansas City barbecue sauce. You know, I'm gonna have to go on Amazon to get it. And Jimmy, you could be the one to provide that. And, you know,
absolutely.
Else, so.
Yeah. And you even mentioned Tide, you know, if you are looking up those things, which are fine, I would suggest looking up maybe different scents or variety bundles of those types of things that, you know, if you're scanning UPC barcodes, you're going to get one result and everyone's going to be selling on it, or it's going to be restricted. Whereas if you're looking up, I don't know the different scents, but if you're looking up a scent, it can have a bundle or a variety with it, or it can have like Tide, what are those dryer sheets with it, with the Tide laundry detergent. You know, you can have those types of bundles. So just be creative of looking for those types of things too, if you're looking with name brand stuff.
Special edition would be good with name brands, like the special edition Pop-Tart, seasonal Pop-Tarts, things like that can be good too. So